Hello everyone. So we talked a while ago about Dublin City Council and other councils in Meath and other parts of the country, but particularly Dublin, what to talk about at the moment. There was a lot of the councils up in arms over Irish flags. I know that's insane to say in Ireland that the councillors and some people were up in arms about Irish flags being flown in Ireland. I know such scandalous, absolutely scandalous things. And they kicked up holy hell over it. And they went to the Gardaí. First of all, they wanted the councilmen on the council to remove them. They wouldn't remove it because it's utterly ridiculous that you send councilmen out in Ireland that are paid by the Irish taxpayer to remove Irish flags. So they wouldn't do it, so they went one into the Gardaí to do it, and the Gardaí probably didn't want to do it either. So Dublin City Council probably had no option but just to leave them fly, high and proud. Let's put it that way. And it's the right decision because it would have been just whack-a-mole. Because it would have been the most terrible thing ever for city council or any council to do, to remove your national flag while other flags fly high, other flags of other countries, and there's no such thing as moving them or taking them down. Because imagine if they said they were going to take down another country's flag in some apartment block, because I've often seen them. Uganda, etc. Seen a Ugandan flag one time in Dublin. There was no such thing as the council going to take that down, because imagine the uproar. It'd be on RT, it'd be the front page of RT News. You have people from Timbuktu coming out of the woodwork to say how terrible it is, and how bad the country is, how bad Ireland is, etc. How terribly everybody is, and giving us a history lesson. But yeah, so it's a great decision by Dublin City Council. It's the right decision. I think everybody would agree with that, because it'd be different if it was some kind of a flag that was from an evil time, etc., etc. But it's the Irish flag, it's the tricolour. Many people have died, so that flag could fly. Especially in Dublin, in O'Connell Street, for example, go down to O'Connell Street. That flag, represents a lot. A lot of sacrifice was made, for the state, for us to be here, for that flag to be behind me, for my flag to be on my. Many people had to give their lives. It wasn't just the flag turned up one day and was the Irish flag. A lot of people had to give up everything for that, for us to have it flying high in our country. And I think we always have to remember that, because I think we lose the meaning of what an Irish flag means and what it means to us as people, as Irish citizens. That many people died for that flag, and we should always remember that. I think it's important to remember that. And of course, we should remember what it stands for too. It stands for unity of our country too, between Catholic and Protestant, and peace. The right being peace, of course, in the middle. And it's something that we should cherish, because there's not many countries in the world that have peace, etc. So we should cherish that too, of course. But I do think it's the right decision that the flags weren't removed. I do encourage people to put up their flags, not to be ashamed to put up the Irish flags and stuff, because what was happening, as I say, a few weeks ago, people were called far right for wearing this, an Irish pin or an Irish flag, putting it up, far right extremists. That's what was said about putting up your own flag in Ireland. I wouldn't mind if you were in some other country, fair enough, they could call you extremists. Because technically no other flag should be flying in any part of Ireland unless it's in front of embassies, etc., or government buildings of different countries that have ambassadors here, take for example. But not really any other flag should be flying anywhere in our country apart from the Irish flag or county flag or a local football club's flag, etc. Them kind of flags. That's the only thing that should be flying. Or flags like that, not really any other country's flags has any other business. Same as I would say Irish flags have no business being flown in Paris or anything like that apart from the embassy. They shouldn't be flying around Paris or Berlin or even London. They shouldn't be there. They should have their own flags. That's why I said when I went to Finland a few weeks ago, there was Irish flags out. There was Finnish flags everywhere, not Irish flags, but there was Finnish flags everywhere. Quite literally everywhere, on every pole. It was quite insane. Just to say, just when I was talking about it, I put it up in my community post, that's just one street. Pretty much the whole street, and even behind me, it was just full of Finnish flags. Like, the whole street was covered in Finnish flags. Like, every part of it. Even the other side, like, I should have done a video of it, because there's quite literally everywhere, and this was in Helsinki. Just beside the Tabiati church, the underground church, you can see it in the distance there. But yeah, hundreds of flags, and now that would be considered racist and far right to put up your national flag. I know that's such a terrible thing to do, put up your national flag in your own country, terrible thing. It's an awful thing. But yeah, and I have to say, just to the councillors who are crying about it, many of them were Labour, etc. I think we have better, and just to say, Dublin City Council have better things to do. Because there's so many homeless people in Dublin, and crime is rampant, and homelessness is rampant, and people looking for houses is rampant in Dublin. Everything is just backwards in Dublin. And Dublin City Council are more worried about flags, Irish flags being flown in Ireland, than maybe worrying about them issues. You know what I'm saying? The priorities are not really straight, to be totally honest. But yeah, so thankfully that's put to bed for the moment in that in Dublin City Council. We see what the other councils. I know Meath County Council We're very up in arms over a few flags flying around Navan. But there's no law against it, and I don't think there ever will be a law, because you can't really prosecute people for having Irish flags up. And as I said in the beginning of the video, even if you did take them down, they'd be up the next day again, and it'd be just constantly going back and forth. The councils would literally have nothing else better to do but take down flags 24/7, and the Guards would be doing the same if the Gardaí were made doing it, because they just simply wouldn't win. People would just keep putting it up, and people, like, it'd just be constant. Like, you nearly have to employ people to do it, and it would be absolutely insane for a county council to go around and say we actually are going to employ people to go around and take down flags, because they generally would have to get 60 or 70 people to do that in general. And I wouldn't put it past them that they would allocate the money to pay people to do that, because some of them just seem to hate their country with a passion, on another level. That's to be totally honest. But at the end of the day, people are entitled to their opinion, and people are entitled to represent their views, etc. They're not saying that, but if you want to be a councillor for some other country, fair enough, we can send you over there to wherever country you want to become a councillor. If you don't like Ireland, we can give you another job and settle out on your own or wherever, in Ghana or Guinea or wherever. We put you over there. If any of the city councils don't like Ireland or don't like Dublin, we would happily pay for a plane ticket for them to go off to somewhere else and be a city councillor, to represent them if they want to. But yeah, let me know what you think, because I do think it was just the whole concept of this was insane. Like, it was insane, just the whole energy. The Dublin City Council spent weeks discussing this. And there's other pressing matters, there should probably be worrying about, instead of the national flag flying in Ireland, the Irish flag flying in Ireland. Such a disgrace, like, it's all sarcastic, like, literally, do we have nothing better to do? Let's put that way. But anyway, let me know what you think, subscribe for more, and bye.